It's just been a dry day, I guess. I'm all dry.
Gotcha.
Everywhere.
I went to physical therapy today, and I am sore as crap. It's going fine. Like, took the first steps today, which was nice. Big moment. But yeah, it's just like I'm so sore. Yeah, like as all like that entire side has been unused for a month, and so I'm like, oh, help. Like my knee is like, what is this weight we're carrying?
Yeah, super weak.
And I'm like, it's the same weight you always carried, dog.
Your knee's like, I thought those days were over. I thought we were done.
Thought we were sailing.
Thought we clocked out.
Thought that other knee was taking care of business.
Yeah, that's what he told me anyway.
And the other knee's like, oh God, please, no, make it stop.
We've all been there, other knee, carrying other people's weight.
Carrying the weight.
In the workplace.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Like it's slower than I wanted it to be. They were like, basically don't start PT until you can weight bear.
Yeah.
That took longer than I thought. And I may have waited an additional little bit of time because every time I would bear weight on it, it would like tingle. And it felt like either one of two things. One, nerve damage, or two, some sort of like, oh, this is about to break again, you know, like, and so I was like, I'm not going to touch this. I'm not going to do anything until that starts to go away. And once it started to go away, I was like, okay, great. So I started up. Basically, they were like, yeah, that's not really an issue. It's not going to snap or do anything again. Like, you're fine. That's probably just from like lack of use and lack of blood flow. So yeah, it's been a lot of like today was like dexterity with your toes. So it's like pick up these marbles with your toes and then put them over here and move them back. And so it's a lot of like inconsequential silly kind of whatever. But I'm like, but darn if it didn't work, dude. Because by the end of that hour, they were like, you want to try walking? And I'm like, yeah. And I tried it and I was like, holy crap, I'm doing it.
Wow.
And then I tried it here at the house. They told me not to, but I was like, I'm gonna try it. And so I tried it here at the house. And as soon as my foot went down, I was like, no, don't like it. Don't like it. And it's like, yeah, you didn't warm up for an hour, dude. You just tried it. So, yeah, whatever.
Hey, man, progress is progress.
I told her, I was like, you've put a goalpost in front of me and I want to just rush to it.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, that's the worst thing you can do. Don't do that. And I'm like, okay, thanks.
That's like, it's one of those things. I read so much, Dustin. And so like all I hear is like the consensus of like, everything is a very long process. Like getting to the goal, whatever it is such a long, like be patient and, enjoy the journey. And, there's sometimes like there's no such thing as arrival. And I know all this intellectually. Like, I understand it. And I am a big ass baby when it comes to when I'm supposed to do that. Yeah. Because I'm like, but I want to solve this problem now.
Yeah. Let me fix it now.
Like, you can't. You just have to
wait.
Be uncomfortable for 4 years.
That's right. I don't like that.
Fuck this. And they're like,
I'm not doing that.
Sorry.
Yep. That's it. That's all you can do. Well, and like, so they gave me this like rocker board to use while I was there. Mm-hmm. So like I put my foot on it and they were like, basically, you're starting by rocking forward and back and then you rock side to side. Mm. And I told her like, as soon as I started, I was like, so here's the thing. On one direction, like, coming back, the board goes all the way to the ground. Going forward, it like kind of hits the middle and just stops. Like it goes down a little bit, but it doesn't hit the ground. And I'm like, I told her, I was like, that annoys the crap out of me. Yeah. I want that board to hit the ground. And she's like, it will in time. And I'm like, I want it now. My other foot could do it. Come on, stupid foot.
This is where my mind went during this whole story. And I feel so bad. I was like, my legs hurt too, Dustin. I did just 5 minutes of body weight squats the other day while I was pushing my son on a swing. Like I'd push him and squat and then go up, push, squat.
Yep.
And it's been 2 days. I can barely walk.
You can barely walk.
I can't like absorb my muscles can't absorb any motions. Like I'll walk and it's like I can't keep my legs steady. So I got like that Jake leg or whatever. I'm like
They're
walking,
shaking.
walking. I'm like, and it's just from using my perfectly healthy body to do something
to do normal
something
things.
good for me.
Yeah.
And
no,
you're like,
but it's true.
I'm having trouble walking. I'm like, yeah, man, me too. We're the same.
we're in the same boat. No, but like, dude, what's crazy? So speaking of that, like, so one of the things they have me doing is like take the rocker board out of it, like laid down on my back. And now with my foot like off the table or off the bed or whatever, now I'm moving it around right in the 4 directions. And it's crazy because like I can bring it up. That's not a problem. And she measured the mobility and was like, yeah, it's basically, the same as your other one. But when I come down, that's where it's like catching. And on the way down, you'd expect like, if you point your foot, it to do this, right? Mine does this. It does it in like, it's not fluid, right? It's like tick, 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 tick.
It's not done rendering.
Yeah, right. And it doesn't go down. It goes like, yeah. And I'm like, no, go down.
Hurry,
and it's like,
before we hit the ground.
That's it. It's like, that's all you got. And so again, after like an hour of like working it out and stretching it today, I was able to get a pretty good amount of motion. Well, now I'm right back where I was. So like tonight before I go to bed, I'll do all of that again, not for an hour, but like they were like, just do a little bit, each day. And I go back on Thursday for another hour session. I'm doing 2 a week. And yeah, man, it sucks. But like the person who's been doing it has been good. And like originally it was going to be different people each time, but I was able to see the same person for the first and second session, which was nice. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, just let's go. Let's go. Just ready to be done with all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dash is ready too. Like, he wants to play. And I'm like, dude, I can't. You want to just do normal things that you've done for 30 years. Yeah. And instead now you have to think about them. Yeah. And
Age will come for us all. So like whether it's an injury like this or just like your body just breaking down with time.
Yeah.
We'll be back in this spot one day. We'll be doing this podcast, Dustin. And
that's right.
You'll be like, I've got my new walker today. And I'll be like, remember that time you got a walker 40 years ago?
Oh yeah, that was way back when Toy Story 5 came out.
Yeah, when there's only 5 of them.
Toy Story 42 now. AI Tom Hanks still kicking.
We were as old then as there are Toy Story movies.
That's 37. Right. That's exactly right.
Wow.
Remember when they started making Toy Story movies 1 per week? They just started cranking them out using AI. In about 2042, they just started.
Remember when we had drinkable water?
Our background is just like fire. It's literally just barren fields and fire.
This office is just like cinder block ruins.
Yeah, literally.
And my bookshelf.
War of the Worlds tripod monster, like alien walking through the background. Yeah.
Yeah, my shelf's empty though because they burned all my books.
They burned all your books. Yeah. My movie room is empty because it's been ransacked by looters.
Yes.
Well, welcome back to the Depression Cast.
Welcome back to the Ubercast, everybody. All right. This week is the long promised by us, Toy Story 5.
Do you, Forky, take Karen Beverly to be your beloved bride?
Yeehaw! I now pronounce you husband and knife. Who poisoned the maid of honor?
Oh, Bonnie, there's a package for you.
Oh, thank you.
Hi there, I'm Lilypad. Let's play.
Oh, extinction, not again.
Bonnie, screen time's over now.
Okay.
I want to talk to you, Device.
Please, call me Lily.
Me and the toys have been working all summer to try and get Bonnie to make friends.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin it. You're not even listening to me.
I'm always listening. See?
Now look here, me and the toys have been working all summer.
Now in Spanish.
Con los gemelos Jordan, al otro lado del
What?
Yeah, I got dibs on behind the dresser.
Woody!
Jesse, hello?
Is it as bad out there for toys as they say it is?
We're finding more abandoned toys each day.
We're down! Tex invaded our house, too.
I don't know, Jesse. Toys are for play, but tech is for everything.
I'm losing Bonnie to this device.
You got a friend in me.
Woody! Came here as fast as I could.
Why are you wearing a dress, Woody?
It's called a poncho, Forky.
Oh, someone needs a brown marker.
Halt! Who goes there? Whoa, whoa, whoa! I come in peace.
It's been too long, cowboy.
What are you, some sort of old man toy?
What?
She thinks you're old because you're bald, Woody.
Bonnie needs help from someone at least from the same century. So long, toys.
We're gonna need backup. No way. She's getting away, boss! Our mission on this planet is to make a child happy.
Bonnie still needs us. Come on, Bullseye.
Buzz, you stay here. I'm going with them.
You don't think I can do it?
No!
Nice poncho.
It's good to see them fighting again.
It sure is.
Toy Story 5 is oh god. Toy Story 5 is co-written and directed by Andrew Stanton. Thank God for a change.
That's right.
And co-written by Kenna Harris. This is, of course, the new Pixar movie starring all of your favorite toys: Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Joan Cusack, a few other people. It kind of jumps to way down the call sheet after that on Wikipedia. So, well, I'll just say Conan O'Brien's in this movie.
Conan O'Brien. Yep.
Yes, he is fourth billed for some reason here. And don't you forget it.
That's right.
Yeah, this is the next adventure of the toys, and the new conflict in this movie supposedly somewhat is screens. But not just screens, relationships,
friendships.
Yeah. And the plot ensues. Everyone who is watching this, listening to this, knows what this movie is. I don't think anybody was unaware that there was a Toy Story 5, but if you were, welcome to the present.
There you go.
Listen to things, get out in the world.
That's right. Where have you been?
Get your eyeballs on these ads.
I'm just watching the FIFA World Cup. That's all I'm doing.
People are doing that. Yeah. Why don't you take your World Cup and fill it with a ice cold Coca-Cola at AMC?
At AMC theaters.
So yeah. All right. So I don't remember how our review went for Toy Story 4.
Bad.
I mean, of course, every time we've mentioned it off mic over the years, it's been in a pretty negative light. I've contended that it would be a really cool story if it weren't a Toy Story movie. I would have even accepted a movie starring toys with that plot, and it would have been just fine. But the cardinal sin of that movie is it breaks Woody. It breaks his integrity. It's a really cool idea anywhere else. It has a lot of great parallels with how people feel when they want to retire, you know, when they want to go to to have their second act in life, or when their kids leave the house and, you know, they want purpose. It's a really good second act story. It's not a bad story. It's just a bad Toy Story story.
Yep.
So when I found out they're making a 5, I was upset but hopeful. I remember having a mixed reaction. I was like, good grief, that's enough. And there was another part of me that was like, well, maybe they can course correct. If they make a better movie than 4, it will have earned its existence to me. And for me, Toy Story 5 does succeed there. I think they did a good job. I enjoyed it. I think we'll get into, you know, some more spoilery stuff later, but just for general, if people are wondering, is this anything like Toy Story 4? For me, it's not. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't call it course correction. They did have the Key and Peele toys for a second, who had
0 lines,
no lines,
approximately 0 lines.
Yes, very explicitly in the movie, reinforced the mission statement of the toys. Our purpose is to make a child happy. It's like, okay, good. Yep. Very good. I think the biggest thing for me, because I liked the movie and I was talking about it during the credits, and I was just like, I don't find any real problems with it. What's bumping me is a personal preference. And the personal preference is that I have to accept that this is a post-Andy franchise. I never expected it to have anything to do with Andy or that magic after the third movie, which is why it probably should have been the last one. You may see this and feel the same way I did, which is like, you really like it. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of old feeling Pixar stuff that, really emotional storytelling that they're always really known for. I left the theater with just some sense of like something's missing. And what's missing is what the first three films were. Yeah. And so you have to go in with that expectation. Like, one of the reasons 4 felt weird is because it's just a whole new context for them, for these toys. That's where we are right now with Toy Story. They're Bonnie's toys. Andy is, there's no more Andy. Andy's a grown up at this point, probably. He probably has a kid. And
I don't know. Has time really passed since Toy Story 3?
Yeah, maybe
like Bonnie's
not. Well,
roughly
he might.
the same age.
College is a wild place. You know what I mean?
It's true.
No, you're probably right. But so once you accept this is post Andy franchise and arguably a post Woody franchise, which is I have more of a problem with than post Andy. All of these story choices do make sense. We'll talk about that more. I would have liked more Woody in this, but the Woody I got was good Woody. Goody. So yeah, I'll say more. But my general recommendation, if people haven't seen this yet and you're wondering, whatever, like, yeah, I think it's definitely worth seeing in theaters. I'll rewatch it with my kids, knowing that I won't hate it.
Yeah.
So that's good too. Probably, and I haven't seen that many Pixar films lately since, but it's probably one of the better Pixar movies in the last few years.
A few years.
Yeah.
Since probably Inside Out too.
I haven't seen that, but but people really like it. So I'd say besides Inside Out 2, it's probably better than I watched Elemental. I didn't like that movie at all. So
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
No, I'm right there with you. I agree. I think so. Quick overview of what I thought about Toy Story 4 to give you context. Agreed. It breaks Woody. It breaks what is essentially the prime directive of a toy.
Yep.
To make a child happy is not just what a toy does in this, in film universe, but also ours, right? And the idea that there's a toy who cares for toys is not something that happens really in either universe. So it makes no sense that that's even a concept.
Right. Other than solidarity towards the greater goal of serving the kid.
But even that isn't fully fleshed out. It's solidarity for solidarity's sake, I guess, to do what? I don't know.
Every time that selfish ends are sought by a toy, Woody in the first film, it is portrayed as, this is not what we're supposed to do.
Right.
We don't sabotage toys because we're jealous of being the favorite toy. And that's the lesson Woody learns in the first movie.
By the end of the third film, really, this franchise had taken a turn where the toys kind of became parental figures in a way, sort of like allegorical for what a parent should do.
Yeah.
In helping raise a child or whatever.
Yeah.
And so the idea of like that third movie, when Andy leaves, it's like sending your kid off to college. You're an empty nester now or whatever. And like that is sort of the unspoken thing about that film. So then going into the very next film with him abandoning Bonnie, it feels a lot like, hey, daddy's got a new girlfriend. Bye, kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really weird for that character.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I take from it as like the biggest rule breaker of that film is, like, if it hadn't been for the ending, it might have been okay. But the ending ruined every bit of goodwill.
The ending justifies Woody. It legitimizes his choice. If it had been seen as, this was a mistake, what am I doing? Like, we understand Woody is having a tough time not being the favorite toy. We understand the impulse.
He's been there before.
It's a good story and it's an interesting journey, but this is Woody.
But the Toy Story version of that film is Bo Peep consistently being against being owned by a child, and Woody eventually saying, come on, Bo, you know that's what you're here for.
Yeah.
And then Bo being like, I don't know. And then Bonnie picking her up and her remembering, oh yeah, like that is what that felt like.
Yeah.
that's what a Toy Story movie would have done.
Right.
Is it would have ended with Bo learning the error of her ways.
Yeah.
And instead of living solo, like selfishly and in some sort of state of bitterness, she's now helping Bonnie. That's how that film would have ended.
But they chose to treat her as a human woman who deserves full agency and choice over her life, which is why you may have conflicting like feelings about it, because it's like, I don't want to tell this woman that she has a purpose and it's with this child, but this is a toy doll.
It's a toy. You can't stretch the metaphor that far.
Right. Right.
And they stretch it so far that it no longer becomes about toys.
Yeah.
And so then you just lose the whole Toy Story element of the story in the beginning, in the first place. So nevertheless, I dislike everything about 4. Like even like Forky, I've always said, like every time I see Forky on merchandise now, I'm like, I hate it. I'm not buying it. I won't do it. I hate Forky.
Yeah.
Although Forky got the second biggest laugh in this movie from me.
Yes. Well, because he's barely there.
He's barely there.
Yeah.
And he's treated like a weird anomaly.
Yes.
Rather than a protagonist or like some like inciting incident of the whole thing.
Right. He's less of a character than Mater, and they appropriately walked him back in this movie.
Correct. To your point, Toy Story 5, I had some hopes. We'll talk about those when we get into spoilers.
Yeah.
I had some like hoping and like wishing that I had done like what 5 should do. It didn't do those things, but it was still a really good movie regardless, because it felt like a Toy Story movie.
Yeah.
Something that was surprising to me that I loved was how much more character Bonnie has in this film than Andy ever had or Bonnie had in the last film.
Yeah.
Bonnie is such a central character in this film with her own story.
Yeah.
And I don't remember them ever giving that much attention or detail to Andy.
Proportionate to their ability to animate these humans.
Yes, correct. As we become able, we will center the story.
We'll give them stories if we can figure out how to make their faces look right,
not look creepy as sin. But that. So there's that. The other thing that I really liked is that this is a Jessie story, and I hadn't realized how much I miss Jessie as a central driving figure.
Yeah.
Like Toy Story 2 is great, and I rewatched it before I saw 5, weirdly, because my son was watching 2 and I just sat and watched it with him.
Yeah.
So it was like really cool because I was like, oh, this is like a Jessie companion. It's like cool. Jessie was a really big part of the story of 2. I don't really remember anything that she did in 3 or 4. Honestly, don't remember a lot.
Not much in 4. In 3, she is... I mean, so much of the movie is just the group, the toys acting as a unit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when Woody leaves them in Sunnyside, she's, I wouldn't say the leader, but she is. It's kind of an early peek at like her being the de facto like leader of the toys. Without Andy.
And I dig that.
Yeah.
And that decision here was great. I loved that it was led by Jessie.
Yeah.
I think, some critiques that I have are around Woody and Buzz, and we can talk more about that in a bit. But those would be the critiques. And the interesting call outs here are several of these original cast members have now passed, and so we have sound alikes, or they're not featured as with a voice at all.
Yeah.
And in some cases it works, and in some cases not so much.
Mr. Potato Head.
What's that?
Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potato Head. There's like one line where it sounded really good, and everything else I was like,
I hated
it's
them
not Don
all.
Rickles.
I did not like whoever they cast. I was like, come on.
Yeah,
it's not even a camera roll.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it could have been anybody. And like Estelle Harris as Miss Potato Head, like Miss Potato Head does not speak in this film. They probably realized like, we can't find anybody else with that voice.
She says something during the credits.
Does she?
And it sounded pretty good. They could have given her more. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I must have missed it.
But you're right. Like I remember thinking, I was like, oh God, she's not talking at all.
She's not talking.
Yeah.
So those are some interesting call outs. Like obviously Slink has been voiced by somebody different since the
Blake
third
Clark?
one. Yeah, Blake Clark is now the voice. I think he took over for the third one.
Yeah.
And that's great. Like he does a great job.
Yeah.
So like there's precedent, but yeah, it felt weird with Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I think again, I've got a few critiques, but we can talk more about that in a minute. But I gave it 4 stars. It's my 4th favorite Toy Story film.
Okay.
And I know that sounds like I'm out of 5. I'm going like this sucks, but like those 4 movies are good movies.
Yeah.
And the 4th movie that's the least favorite is way down that list.
Sure.
But I enjoyed this a lot. I think it's a franchise. Now I can say this. It's a franchise that still has gas and should still be doing things. I still contend that it should be shorts or TV specials rather than feature films. But this felt overly long to me. I do think it could have been trimmed, but I enjoyed like so much about it and so much of the world again.
Yeah.
The look at tech and like its place in toyhood and childhood. I enjoyed a lot. And but I enjoyed the film, had a great time with it. 4 stars. If you're thinking like, should I go see it? 4 was a calamity. I agree. 4 was awful. This is a redemption in some ways. So I do think you should see it.
All right. Well, let's talk about spoilers then. Let's talk about story choices and whatnot. You know, one of the big boo-boos they made in 4 was that Woody's choice was about himself. It wasn't for Bonnie's benefit, which again, prime directive of the toys. And so, you know, all of these miraculous things they do in the film series is all in the service of their kid.
Yeah.
You know, Buzz and everyone leaving to go rescue Woody. They don't feel like going on an adventure. They're going to get Woody back because he's been kidnapped.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sympathetic but not forgiving of 4's choice with Woody because in 2 movies he contemplates leaving Andy. So this is a behavior Woody is prone to. Being afraid of being discarded. Maybe it's the trauma of Buzz. Buzz himself creates this wound in Woody.
Sure.
Of always like, oh, I guess I'll be thrown away one day, sooner or later. What 5 did really well is there's constant mention of this is for Bonnie. You know, like Jessie gets separated and, you know, her whole mission is I'm trying to make Bonnie, you know, like even the tablet, even what's her face, Lilypad genuinely thinks she is acting in Bonnie's interest. She's not a villain. And I like that. I like that because it would have been easy. And I think a lot of people maybe thought that like this would be like a mustache twirling, like I'm a screen and I'm going to make your
evil.
kid dumb and short attention span and anxious. And it's just like, well, as a tablet, I have unique set of capabilities in the modern age. And I think they're really good for getting Bonnie to make friends and be social and you know, mirroring the good intentions of tech innovation and stuff. And of course, you know, there's fallout with that. So I think they did a great job refocusing everyone's story motivation on what's best for Bonnie. And only in their low points as characters do they think about themselves and question their choices. And that was appropriate. You know, when the movie started and this whole story with all these buzzes that are crashed on this desert island, the whole time that's going, I was like, oh my God, I love this. And I leaned over to Paula and I was like, you know, if the rest of this movie is terrible, the first thing I'm going to say to Dustin on the podcast is I want to see a whole series of shorts with the rogue buzzes. Yeah. I would watch a whole short where it's just them doing things. Stuff. Yeah. I thought
being stealthy and doing tasks.
Randy Newman was going hard with the score every time the buzzes were on.
Yeah,
he's like men's chorus, ho 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 ho. You know, like crazy.
Yeah.
Watching them operate so good and wondering at what point are they going to intersect with our story.
Correct.
Really
it always feels like this weird Greek chorus. And it's like, when is this going to happen?
Yeah. When are they going to, you know?
Yeah.
But even like, you know, in the campsite with the buzzes, like that one gets picked up and they go to save him. And he's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa. Like, that's crazy. They were going to kill that family.
Yeah, they were. They had the blowtorch ready. They were about to burn some dudes.
Yeah, like their tent on fire. I don't know, I'm thinking about the buzzes just off the bat here. I love when they turn into drones.
Yeah,
when you find
cool.
out they're drones.
Yeah,
that was so cool.
Yeah, that's great.
And
I was wondering what the high tech edition, like they have the screen, but I was like, is that it? They just have a screen on their chest,
and Wi-Fi, and obviously operate on some kind of hive mind, you know.
Yeah.
And that was all cool. And I thought that was as far as it went. Was just we've got the buzzes talking to each other,
right?
And I love the fact that like some writer was like, what if these things could actually fly?
Yeah, what
like
if they're
legitimately
drones?
fly? What if they're drones?
Yep.
And I just thought that was the fucking coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it's cool.
I audibly, me and Paula told me later, you and all the men in the audience, because I was in a sold out screening. I was surrounded by children and families, and all the male voices went, whoa. Like I audibly was like, wow.
Yeah.
That was so great.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's that's like a cool introduction where if they made a sixth one, I'd like to see the drone buzzes again. The choice to focus a lot on Bonnie's friendships and meet this other human being who is, you know, who has technology, but it isn't like a screen zombie, you know, has a healthy relationship with it. She's not a Luddite. Yep. You know, she's got a horse. I really do love the choice that she lives in Jesse's old house, and like this whole decision, like, yeah, this is basically a Jesse story, and we're going to kind of go back to where Emily used to live and who lives there now and what would bring Jesse there. What story could we do there? I thought they made a lot of really cool. The fact that those 3 little low tech toys could still send like an email to LilyPad because they're all made by the same company or whatever. I just thought there was just a lot of cool little things that was just specific and felt really organic and earned, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And I think, so if we talk a little bit more about Emily, like when the old lady finds Jesse and finds Emily's name and address written on her chaps or whatever, I let out an audible, oh no, because and Sarah looked at me and I was like, oh God, I'm gonna cry, aren't I? and like I just knew. And so, yeah, man, like, so she goes back and I was like, oh no, don't show Emily. I'm going to cry. I'm going to lose it. And, cause like that sequence in Toy Story 2 still gets me.
Yeah.
And, it's the music, it's everything, which Randy Newman incorporated that into the score
he
here,
sure
which
did,
is really
that
cool.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know, right? Just trying to milk every tear out of me.
I was like that guy in True Grit. You're trying to get at me.
You're trying to get at me. Like, so it's so weird because, I thought I had the movie pegged. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're going to go back over here and whatever. And like, we're going to see Emily and all. And like, the film never goes full bore with that. It absolutely is more interested in what Blaze is doing than what Emily is doing. And I appreciate that choice. I also am more interested in what Blaze is doing as this new character that I get to like understand. And it kind of would go back on the idea of Jesse being abandoned if she got to see Emily again.
Yeah.
And then also like partially I'm just like frustrated because if there's a reuniting of toys with child, it's got to be Andy. Like at some point, Andy's going to have to come back in contact with these toys.
Yeah.
Like if it happens with Emily, then we can never do it with Andy. And that sucks.
Right.
Like I remember at one point, I think Tim Allen had said something about like he pitched a story to Pixar that was like Andy's grown up and has a kid and he's trying to find the toys that he had so that he can pass them on.
Yeah.
And like Bonnie doesn't have them anymore and he's like got to find them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would love that. Like, that'd be really dope. To your point, like, I'm okay with it being a post Andy franchise because I do like Bonnie.
Yes.
But also to what you said, I'm not okay with it being a post Woody franchise. And I do want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Woody is the heart and soul of these films.
Yes.
He has always been the central protagonist. He is the reason they exist. Buzz is the toy that sold the best. Buzz is everyone's favorite, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But Woody is the reason the films exist.
Yeah.
what I wanted from the film when I sat down, I was like, okay, what should Toy Story 5 do? It's got to backpedal on Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
And now it can't contradict it. I don't like when sequels contradict or something happens off screen.
Everything. Yeah.
Instead, you've got to yes and it and say, yes, he made that choice.
Yeah.
And here's why he now learns in 5 that was a bad choice.
Right.
And that's how you reincorporate him into this world. And to their credit, they made it seem, at least off screen, like Jesse and Woody had been speaking.
Yes.
There's been some communication. Woody's not completely out.
No, Woody's in town.
Yeah, he's close.
I got the impression at the end of 4 that motherfucker was going to travel the country.
Yeah, with the carnival or whatever. And he's just gone.
No,
but
they live like 2 miles away in the woods.
Yeah, exactly.
By the park.
Far enough that an RC car can get there. Or
far enough that walkie-talkies work.
Yeah, walkie-talkies
As soon as I saw that walkie-talkie, I was like, hold on a minute.
Yeah, the thing's got like a mile radius.
Yeah, yeah.
I liked that they brought him back. I liked how they brought him back.
Yeah.
What I don't like is that at the end, Woody did not have a character arc.
Right.
So this is the first film in which Woody is the same at the end as he was at the beginning.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a huge missed opportunity because Woody is the protagonist. Yes, Jesse is this protagonist.
Yeah.
But Woody, we can't forget Woody. And Woody has to have that same level of importance to the story. And I feel like this story, if you removed Woody, could have happened almost completely unchanged.
Yes.
Without Woody.
Yeah.
And that is a weird feeling to feel like Woody is that irrelevant.
Yeah, not essential.
He's there for marketing.
Yeah.
Because you have to have him.
You can't not have him. Yeah.
But he does not matter to the story in the slightest.
Yeah.
To me, that was a big missed opportunity. And I think having him at the end leave again with Bo is a huge problem. Again, this is your opportunity to incorporate Bo into the end of this film. Mm-hmm. And she and the Lost Toys are doing something with our heroes. And then by the end, they all decide to stay, or Bonnie finds all of them and like, oh, look, I have this little Duke Kaboom and I have whatever. I have Bo Peep. Cool. And like, that's the moment where they get reincorporated, or Blaze goes, oh, I've always wanted a Bo Peep, or whatever, right? Like something happens that allows them to stay because now let's presume there's a Toy Story 6 in a few years. Now they have to find another way to bring it back.
Yeah.
They have to contrive another way for him to come back. The only way it'll work once for you to contrive that he's close and ready and able.
Yeah.
Doing it again is weird. So I feel like they should have ended this film. If there's even a kernel in their mind that like, we could be making another one of these.
Yeah.
And we're going to need Woody, they should have ended it with Woody there. Especially since Buzz said, will you be my best man?
Yeah.
And then he's just not. It's
right.
like, there's not even a payoff to that. Yeah. Not even a payoff. And it would have been so much better. Like, imagine a scene where, again, maybe this takes the onus, like the spotlight away from Jesse. I don't know. But imagine a scene at the end where Bonnie finds Woody and goes, oh, here's my Woody. I've been missing this. And then Woody's like confronted with the idea that he disappointed Bonnie, and Bonnie's been missing me.
Yeah.
And then Woody gets to experience play again. And he's like, oh, crap. Like, I made whatever. Like, that's a cool moment. Like, just feels weird to me to do that with Woody. The other thing, I had alluded to this earlier, I have a problem with Buzz. And the problem with Buzz is maybe not what you think. The problem with Buzz is like, Buzz in all these movies is at least like the first movie, he has a lot to do.
Yeah.
And the sequels, he's always relegated to like a fairly passive role. He's never super, like, he's not driving the story. He's never like learning lessons and doing things. Like, he's just Buzz.
Mm-hmm.
This was a good story for him to like want to propose to Jesse or, whatever.
Yeah.
A little weird that like we've never heard about marriage within the toy universe until now. Like obviously Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, right. Obviously Mr. Potato Head and Ms. Potato Head, but like that's a given.
Yeah.
There's
they're
that,
evolving
right?
past their programming, Dustin.
I know, right? Oh my gosh, they're developing feelings. I like that story. I like the idea of like progressing the relationship that they've hinted at for several movies now. That was a smart
move, and they kind of just dropped it in the fourth one.
They did.
Yeah.
But bringing that back was a really good move.
Yeah.
I really like what they did. But again, I feel like he's a little too passive in this film. He's reacting, but he's not driving. And so to that end, it's okay in the other films because there's not a pretense where Buzz is some sort of central figure. But in this, they've put Buzz back in the driver's seat of the B story, and yet he's not driving it, and really neither is Woody.
Yeah.
They're driving it together, but neither of them, like that story of them trying to find Jesse isn't actually furthering either of their character stories, right? Like it's not doing anything for Woody to find Jesse or to help Bonnie in relation to what he's thinking, feeling, needing, wanting. And same with Buzz, because his need and want is romantic relationship with Jesse. So there's a motivation to get her back, but there doesn't seem to be as much motivation for him in helping Bonnie. Sure. And so it feels like there should be more altruistic Bonnie helping behavior from Buzz that drives that story. And it should be like they hinted at this idea of like, hold on, I'm the sheriff now. You know, that should have been pushed a little further.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I thought cementing the idea that Woody's now confronted with the idea that he may have made the wrong choice.
Yeah.
Like I left, what right do I have to come in and start doing this?
Yes.
This isn't my family anymore.
Yeah.
But they didn't really go anywhere with it. So all that
and
to
they
say,
went too soft with it too. Like they made it a punchline. Like Buzz has this petty fixation with like, see, I'm the guy in charge. See, I've got the badge. And it could have been just a mature Buzz just softly saying, no, Woody, I'm the deputy.
You chose to leave, remember?
That's my job.
Yeah.
You know,
and
I'm
the
the
conflict could have been
room.
built around a little bit of resentment from Buzz.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I was okay with it when you made that choice and I shook your hand.
Yep.
But you haven't been here.
You can't come back here and start calling the shots. You know?
You can't come back here and call the shots. And also, you don't love Bonnie like we did. Like we do, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't get that right. And that would have been a much more like, oh, okay, now Buzz is driving the conflict and the drama in a way that's deserving. Yeah. And Woody gets confronted with his mistakes.
Yeah.
And then eventually to like tie in the idea of play, how important play is, like which is hammered consistently in this film.
Yes.
You have a moment where Woody's forgotten what play is like.
Yeah.
And then you bring that back at the climax where he gets to experience it again. And it's like Andy all over again. You know, you almost have a moment where maybe this is schmaltzy or whatever, but you can have a moment where Bonnie's playing with Woody and Woody's, you know, in imagination world for the first time. And he's like snapped out of it for a second because he sees Andy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Andy's like face disappears in his Bonnie. They like morph into each other or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, oh, he's like remembering, and you can play on the heartstrings in that way. But again, it sounds like I'm critiquing the film for what it's not as opposed to what it is.
Yeah.
There are definitely things that are personal that I would want from this film that I didn't get. Sure. But it's not to say the film is bad, because what it attempts to do, it does, and does well.
I'm going to give this movie the same treatment I gave 4, which is, look, if they make another one, this could pay off.
Sure.
Because the movies don't see themselves as a series in that sense.
Sure.
I like your idea about Woody being picked up and played with and having like a seed of a second thought and then ending the movie that way. That we have like a little hint of like Woody's thinking about stuff.
He might stay. Yeah.
Woody might make a different choice the next time we see him.
Yeah.
But that operates as if like the 6th film is a given. Now, this movie did really well. It's made like $600 million.
Yep.
And it's still number 1, I think. It kept its seat. They're going to at least tell Pixar, hey, we could make another one.
Yeah.
You can if you want. I'd almost argue they'll probably tell them, fucking make another one.
Do another one. Yep.
The direction we're going is good. If they made a sixth one, then it's like, well, then you really should make that the last one for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're going to do that, it's time to do some stuff. It has a chance. I mean, because this was good and they've got my goodwill back. And then there's just some things that are unresolved. I don't like the idea that Woody just ends the series living in the woods.
Yeah.
I like the idea of starting a sixth film. They're visiting Bonnie. They're visiting the toys, and somehow Woody doesn't get out of the room in time, and Bonnie finds him, like you said.
Yep.
And just like you said, he learns how much he has missed.
Yep.
How much he's loved, and he's played with, and he realizes I fucking made a mistake.
Yep.
And which would redeem the fourth film, and it would set up conflict with him and Bo.
Yep.
And that could be a storyline. How do you do that without making Bo seem like a huge bitch, and breaking up their partnership? How do you bring Bo into, how could you bring Bo into it without completely changing her philosophy? How do you earn that? What could the main conflict be? Like, what's the villain at that point? One of the things in 4, I didn't like what they did with Buzz in 4. They made him a fucking moron.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do that much. In this one, he does more, but not as much as Buzz Lightyear can do.
Yep.
One of the things I always got a kick out of in the original trilogy was watching Buzz do Space Ranger stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it was literally fighting other toys.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the cool stuff that Buzz does in this movie, it's not this Buzz, it's the Buzzes on the island.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But like, I want to see Buzz is kind of like just this fun old dad. And that's interesting, but I want to see him take action.
Yeah.
I want to see him like, dive through a window and shit. Like I want to see him
do stuff
that he used to do.
Yeah.
I want to see them doing more things. I loved things like when they ride all the toy horses out to the tire swing. It's like, that's really cool. Every time they climb onto a vehicle, that's super cool.
So cool.
Whenever the toys do stuff other than just visit each other
big world
and talk, that's cool. Woody escaping Sunnyside twice was cool.
Yeah.
Sneaking around, like
Al's Toy Barn,
exploiting little vulnerabilities in building structures that we don't think about as human beings. Like, especially now with the animation they can do, encountering wildlife more often.
Yeah.
That would happen all the time to a toy.
Yes.
That's scary. Let's do more of that. We don't have a Scud anymore, but we have like stray cats.
Yep.
Coyotes. Fucking bear.
Yeah.
Like just
spiders,
just things that I want them to do more of.
Yeah.
And there's a way to, I just don't know what a big, scary, like Toy Story 3 was such a huge plot. There's so much going on and so much danger. And I want that sense of danger to come back. I really like this film nailing the human drama because as a father, I was like in tears in the movie watching this kid crushed that she couldn't make friends.
Yeah.
And that these girls were making fun of her.
Yep.
They did such a good job.
The character animation, like the acting animation on Bonnie in this film is incredible.
Oh, so good. It just, it
so
killed
real.
me.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to say don't do any of that in the sixth film because they should.
Yeah.
But it should be in conjunction with some kind of kinetic plot action for the toys. The humans can emote and have feelings about things. And in the course of fixing those things, the toys need to like literally like fucking jump through some hoops.
Yeah.
Get on those drone buzzes, fly somewhere, use the internet. Like I want a more intricate plot for the next movie because especially we've long established the toys know how to use the internet and, now they are friends with tablets and search engine machines.
Yeah.
They are capable of doing something a lot larger scale. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that the people online who want Buzz and Woody to burn down a data center, I don't think we need to go that far. I don't think we need to go, but like we could go, in a big direction with like, I don't know, there doesn't have to be like a social message or anything, but like they could do more. And like, I would want a sixth and final movie to nail both because 3 nailed both. And if you're already most of the way through making a new trilogy, and you're thinking about how to end it, I like this movie a lot. I wouldn't want a 6th movie to end the way this one did.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of small.
Yep.
and it's good and it's a good story, but it's not a final movie story.
Yeah.
Especially considering we've got unresolved stuff with our main toys. We have progressed characters in ways that do make sense. We have opened up the world some more. We've got a new house and we're doing stuff, and buzzes are drones now. But I want them to kind of get ambitious for the next movie, you know?
Yeah. And my brain goes like, okay, what part of childhood or like toyhood have we not, dug deep enough into, or have we not touched yet? It's like, okay, so Toy Story 1 is definitely dealing with the idea of like new toys, competition, new toys. Second film is about like reselling and like, the idea of
collecting toys,
being collector's items. It doesn't have a whole lot to do with Andy other than the idea of like, I'm afraid that because I'm ripped, he won't want me. Only to find out that no, he loves me. He's going to fix it. Right. And keep playing with me. The third film,
being thrown away,
is really that like, it's your child's grown up. Now what? And then passing the torch. The fourth film is about forks or something. The fifth film is the fifth film is about like making friends. So it's like, so what part of this have we not touched yet? And the part of it is like passing toys down. We've done, but not necessarily like parent to child or we haven't even really done like sibling to sibling, but Bonnie and Andy kind of hit on that. So like you can't go too far with that, but like my brain goes to, and this is a dark place that they will never go to. Bonnie has childhood cancer. What happened? How do the toys deal with a child that can't play with them? They'll never do it, and I don't want them to do it either because I'd be a mess within 5 seconds.
They'd probably do a great job with the cancer story.
They do a great job. Attention world, don't make that film. I will cry through the whole thing. I don't want it. And also my child will not like it.
No, I can't show it to my kids.
You can't make the Bonnie cancer playset. It doesn't exist. Maybe there's a new baby and Bonnie has a new sister, and what does it mean? You know what I mean? Like obviously Andy had Molly, but Molly never factored in at all. So you could hit that a little differently.
Slightly dark story, but it could be handled well. What happens if your parents split up?
Yeah, so divorce is a thing. There's always that question lingering around Andy is what happened to Andy's dad. Was it divorce or was it death? And that theory that Woody is a toy from Andy's dad before he passed. And so that's why that was so. And so if we really like give that theory its due, you could draw the line between Andy wanting his own child to have Woody. Like Andy's got a son. I want you to have this toy that was my dad's. I'm going to find it. So he goes to Bonnie. Where's Woody? I don't know. I don't have Woody anymore.
Right.
And now the quest is on for Andy to find Woody. Imagine a scene that's just so like clear in my mind of like the Pixar scene of like Woody in the woods doing whatever he's doing, lost toy things, and rustling, and then he's down on the ground, and only to see that it's Andy picking him up, like an adult Andy, like what that reuniting would be. Okay, well, I don't know how you get there, but sure, but there's plenty of stuff to do. So like that's where my brain goes, is like I really would want in a sixth film Andy to come back, but at the same, because this is the only opportunity. But I also don't want to take that away from Bonnie. Like it's still got to be Bonnie's story.
Well, what you might do, I mean, it kind of glosses over it, but I mean, like you do a time jump. It's been 15 years. Bonnie still has the toys. They are on her shelf, but they're taken care of. Like they're
not like Andy.
Not like, they're on a shelf. They're a monument to her, what we now know as her happy childhood filled with flourishing friends, and Andy, now, so enough time has passed. Andy does have a son who's 5, 6. You've got to show a few scenes of, just adults, but like it's that same story. It's Andy wants toys for his kid. He doesn't want to raise him around tech, especially, at that point, like, I want my kid to have toys. Maybe there's, toy stores are closed. Like, where do you even buy toys anymore? Fucking Amazon. Like you can't just browse for toys. Like, the market is hand-me-downs and stuff. And maybe, like you said, like he tries to contact Bonnie and he's like, do you still have that Woody? And she's like, I have no idea where he is. And there would have to be a simultaneous quest of Andy trying to hunt down Woody and the toys being aware that Andy's looking for Woody. They tell him, and Woody trying to get to Andy. Yeah. And then we would culminate with Bonnie giving the toys back to Andy for Andy's son. Yeah. So she's done with them. She's grown up. Yeah. They didn't have to move on, but she's good. And then she hands them, they do the whole front yard shit again, not the same exact way, but she gives them back and Woody's part of it, Yeah. And that would be a story. How do we get back to Andy,
But to your point, I want danger. Like that great thing about that third film is like that incinerator scene is like, there's a true villain and the incinerator is like, these toys might just die here.
Right.
Like, it's done. Like I want that level. Like I never felt that in this, but this story doesn't demand that either.
There'd have to be some kind of villain, and either either go with something mustache twirling, or maybe what force, what like sentient force would want to keep Woody and Andy apart,
Yeah. Right.
And I don't know the answer to that just yet.
I don't either. My mind goes to vintage toys. Pay me enough money, Pixar, and I'll figure it out. But right now, I mean, all I want is like checklist items for this franchise, like for the next film. And I agree with you. The next film should be the last. If you want to do shorts or specials, fine. But the next film should be the last film.
The last film, yeah.
And that film needs to do two things: finish Bonnie's story and circle back to Andy's.
Yeah.
That's the only way that thing should end. It should not be Bonnie giving her toys to another random person.
Right.
It's got to go back to Andy.
Yeah.
Even if it has to be Bonnie the entire time, and the last thing is Bonnie, like it's a time jump. Like literally the story's over and you have your epilogue and it's Bonnie going off to college and they're doing a yard sale and all the toys are in the box. And who shows up at the yard sale? Andy or Andy's mom.
I don't like the idea of her selling them. That's the only thing,
Well, sure. But it could be that simple. Like,
or it could just be like, he shows up and, thanks for calling me,
Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's like, I wouldn't want these toys to go to anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, it could be, sorry, bad idea. Bonnie's mom calls Andy because Bonnie has passed. Sorry, everybody.
Or she calls Andy and realizes that Andy has passed, but his widow and their son, would gladly take the toys.
Andy Jr.
Yeah, Andy Jr.
keeping
also
with this
lost
film,
his father.
He named his son
the cradle
Woody.
And the silver spoon.
That's right. That was the most emotional part for me of the film.
Yeah,
was Jesse finding Emily named her daughter Jessie.
Yeah,
after Jessie was like, I don't matter.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a huge thing.
It's big. Yeah.
My only critique of that, there's a lot of like suspension of disbelief that she finds that was buried there.
Shallowly.
Very shallowly. And that it's a lot of information to glean from like a time capsule that's like, I get it. That's a tree that's important to Emily, but it's now on someone else's property. And so at some point she went onto someone's property, dug a hole, buried a time capsule.
Yeah, she trespassed.
Yeah, she's a criminal trespasser who dug a hole in someone's yard, buried a box and walked away. Carved in the tree.
Real main character energy.
That's right. So at some point, there's a little bit of like, I don't know if I buy the mechanism. Yeah. It's a really great idea.
Maybe they asked permission.
Sure. Maybe so.
But maybe
why
they
not?
didn't. Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe Blaze and her mom moved in 4 weeks ago.
Right. Like maybe they grew up there. The impression wasn't that they moved away. It was just that they gave her away.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So maybe Emily raised her child there.
Yeah, until she died.
Oh God. Oh
Her daughter sold the house, you know. Like,
whatever nuclear event happened that gave these toys sentience also gave everyone cancer.
everyone cancer.
The fallout is so strong.
Yeah. Maybe that's the last movie. Like the humans have died off and there are just toys.
It's just Wall-E. They come across Wall-E.
That's true. Yeah, it's just Wall-E.
That's it. The humans come back from space and they're all overweight.
Yeah, they need toys to play with.
Overweight Andy comes back. Yeah.
The humans come back and they're like, it's okay. Like the toys are, at this point, they don't give a fuck. They're alive. And they're like, oh shit, hi. We thought you guys were all dead. And the humans come back. They're like, it's okay. We can plant now. The air is clean. And Buzz is like, thank God. And he takes his helmet off. He's been wearing it for 600 years.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God.
Lord. Yeah, we shouldn't be making Toy Story movies, but no, I mean, but for real though, there's a lot of things that this film does really well, and I just want whatever sequel comes next to yes and them, and build on the franchise, because that's one of the things I really liked about this film. There's a very small moment that like would go over your head if you weren't paying attention. I think it's when Jessie is talking to Smarty Pants and the other two smart toys at Blazes. I think that's what it is. And she's like, no, whatever, we're not doing this or whatever. And like, I think Smarty Pants says like, do you want to put them back in the dark? And she's like, okay, come on. Yeah. And because I just watched Toy Story 2, that was Jessie's thing, is like, I don't want to go back in the dark. And Prospector's like, it'll be fine, Jessie. Yeah. And so like they're building on little things. Yeah. And I love when sequels do that. It's like that whole character motivation is built on the fact that you've seen Toy Story 2 and Jessie is sympathetic to them being in the dark because she knew what that was like.
So she doesn't give up, and the plot therefore happens. And
because we've seen Toy Story 2.
Because, well, and because Jessie has that empathy and we recognize it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So like, I love when stories do that. So as long as they keep doing stuff like that, I'm digging it. I just need them to fix Woody. Yeah. That's the only thing. Just fix Woody. Give me more conflict. Like, to me, the last film needs to be back to, okay, who's the antagonist of the first Toy Story film?
Sid.
But in a way, also Woody, right?
Sure, yeah.
Like, Woody's the protagonist and he's also in his own way.
Yeah.
He's the one causing the drama.
Yeah.
Toy Story 6 should do the same. It should be Woody that's causing the problem, and the central conflict is between him and Buzz. And then you have an outside force. In the original case is Sid. In this case, it's some other outside force that is antagonizing and inadvertently bringing Woody and Buzz back together. Yeah. And so, yes, in a way, you're looking at it going, we're just rehashing the first movie. Yeah, it's called like poetic circles, dude. Yeah. Like we are calling back to the first film in a satisfactory way. Like, that's what I would do, is like use the first film as the blueprint. There's the central conflict is between Woody and Buzz. They have a different ideology, a different whatever. And you bring Woody's wrong. In the first movie, Woody was wrong. Yeah. In the sixth movie, Woody is wrong. He has to be corrected. And that's what they've set up. And that's the only way to make it pay off, is essentially redo the first film, but with new context.
I like that. The only problem I would have with it is like seemingly starting from square one with like the two of them being in such conflict. You know, I mean, obviously you pay it off. I just more like the idea of like an outside force, like them two being like an unbreakable pair.
Sure. Against
some sort of outside force.
Yeah.
But short of them living in like a fascist state where, Elon Musk is going door to door, taking everyone's toys away and destroying them so people will buy more Teslas or some shit, like there's no like human Sid-like human that could be the main antagonist that appears once Woody corrects himself. Because that's basically the first film. Like, Woody's the antagonist until Sid gets them, and then he's like, fuck, and then now Sid's the bad guy. Yep. And being in that situation fixes Woody.
Yeah.
What could a disagreement be that by the midpoint lands them in a much worse spot?
Yeah.
And then we say, shit, man, I was wrong.
It would be dope. Like if we go full into like the callbacks, like paying off all the things from the previous movies.
Al and Sid are trying to kill Woody.
Al and Sid. Yeah.
And Lotso.
That's right. No, I was gonna say the prospector Stinky Pete comes back.
Ooh.
And he's all like, painted and like all messed up now from having his new owner who is very creative. Amy. And he's like seeking revenge on them. Honestly, to me, the outside force, whatever the antagonist is almost always the least important part.
Sure.
Because the most important part is like what's happening to our characters and what lesson are they learning through the antagonizing force.
Yeah.
And you could pay the whole thing off and have just the main villain be Zurg. Zurg has never been given like, true villain status. He's a joke in 2.
Yeah.
A joke in this one at the end of this one.
That's the problem. They reinforce him as a joke in this one.
Yeah, it's true.
So he couldn't be the villain because they'd just be like, Dad.
Because he's a
like,
joke. Yeah.
Hello, Buzzy.
Yeah, right. Go long or whatever it was.
Yeah. Maybe there's a new like Buzz Lightyear villain in like the canon of those toys.
Sure.
But there's like a recall or some shit,
Sure.
And like some of them are malfunctioning. And they're killing pets or something.
It's that. What was the robot cat's name from the Lightyear movie?
Socks.
Socks. It's Socks. Socks. Robot Socks is the villain of Toy Story 6. I'm sure Pixar doesn't want to remind anyone of Lightyear.
Yeah.
We're just at this point we're just think tanking it, but
Yeah.
It is fun to think about because I think what we're getting at is there are hanging threads to this franchise and they need to be brought back together. I think you and I were both to some degree hoping this film would do some of that.
Sure.
It didn't. It's a good movie.
It is, yeah.
But it did not like scratch the itch for those loose hanging threads. So whatever the next thing is, it's got to do that work. I will say Conan O'Brien cracked me up in this film.
Yeah.
Dude, he was so good.
Yeah.
There's a moment like it's his introduction scene and he's like, his battery is dying. So he's like, playing kind of drunk or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a moment where he's like, you're looking for your horse, clip clop. And it's the dumbest, but I can like imagine Conan in the booth doing it.
Yeah.
And I lost it in the theater. And at one point, like Sarah just looks at me because I'm laughing well into the next scene.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? I'm like,
Dustin, people are looking.
I'm just losing and I lost it. And then the other time, like these are the two big moments where I laughed into the next scene was that one. And then the moment where they put the toys, Lilypad asks Bonnie's dad to like put the toys in the box or whatever.
Yeah.
And someone says, we're being donated or whatever. And Forky's wife says, donuts or something. And he goes, donated. Oh, I love her, but this is going to be difficult. And that I think is the funniest line of the whole movie.
Yeah.
And I laughed for so long. I'm still laughing over it. It's so good. I did not think I would laugh at a Forky
I forgot
joke.
that Conan O'Brien was in the movie until we get to playtime and I saw his hair and I was like, oh, that's right.
It's Conan. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that Bad Bunny was the chocolate pizza or whatever, or pizza with sunglasses.
Yeah, pizza with sunglasses. Yeah. Chocolate pizza. What? I have seen pushback. I hate that we even acknowledge this, so cut this out if you want to.
Okay.
But I've seen pushback on like, this is a girls franchise now. Like, it's such a girls franchise. And Bonnie's a girl and Blaze is a girl. And I'm like, yeah, girls exist. Sorry to burst your bubble, but girls also play with toys. I don't know what to tell you. Even the main character, the main toy is a girl in this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those
Jesse's
exist too.
existed since 1997. It's totally fine.
And
girls have existed since well before that.
Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a girl, bro.
That's right.
That's to me is like a warped. I mean, it's warped, but like that's like a warped. The only way I can root that criticism into anything valid is, yeah, man, I miss Woody too. You know, like,
right.
But I'm not going to go as far as to say it's a stupid girls movie.
Well, it's a girls movie now.
It's a really good movie. You know,
got horses and stuff.
I don't want to see a little girl making friends.
Woody was riding on a girl's horse.
Yeah.
Like a Pegasus.
Yeah, it's funny. I kind of hated that he was a punchline.
Yeah.
I didn't like that him and Buzz had little petty squabbles about who was going to be in charge. Like you said, it should have been more serious. Like, Woody, fucking stop.
Yeah.
You don't live here anymore.
That's right.
You left.
Yeah, that's right. You left us.
Yeah.
I didn't call you. Jesse called you.
Yeah. Yeah. The org chart has changed, but you don't work here anymore.
That's right.
We love you and you're great. I like when you visit, but don't tell me how to do my fucking job, you son of a bitch.
You want to come help,
yeah.
But I'm in charge.
Yeah. Start at the bottom of the totem pole.
That's right. You don't have seniority anymore.
No, that's
you
mine.
Left.
I got the vacation days.
That's right. You left.
Me.
That's it. That's right.
I'm God now.
That's right.
I think that in summary, I guess, like the movie does a lot of really good things. And if they plan to make a sixth one, I'm going to presume they do, unless Steve Jobs jumps out of his grave and says, no, they're not. I was at the board meeting. I heard,
right.
Then I'm going to assume they're making another one because it's because this is Disney and Pixar and it made 3 times its budget. And this is fucking Toy Story.
It's Toy Story. So, it's not going to be done until they put a nail in it. They did not put a nail in the coffin in this film. And I think that was purposeful. I think they know they're going to do another one.
They must be.
Yeah.
And so I'll forgive that they don't want to leave any nuggets to what a next story would be.
Yeah.
Just because that'd be awkward if it flopped.
Right.
And also because these are films and these are animated films and they take a long time to make. And so why tie yourself to any story thread at all?
Correct.
So who knows? They could come back and nail it. But to fit in everything that we want that would make this movie a great end, it's a lot of runtime and it's a lot of story.
Yep.
I don't want to, hold them to like little kid standards just because it's an animated film. Like it's a movie written by humans, just like any other movie for now. And we're capable of writing complex stories and road testing them and running them through Pixar's brain trust and getting them nice and tight before we start animating stuff. And of all the studios capable of making a really great movie, Pixar is that. This would be, I guess, my open challenge to Pixar is like, hey, don't fuck it up. You have an opportunity. This was really good.
Yep.
But it's there's more to do.
Oh, I just had an idea. Everyone loves reboots right now, right?
Okay.
This is the thing. What if they reboot Woody's Roundup and they put out new Woody figures?
Okay.
And so in the 6th film, there's a new Woody.
Okay.
And it's a reversal. It's still Woody. Like our Woody is still there. I know
where you're going with this.
Yeah, but it's a reversal.
Bonnie gets a new Woody.
Bonnie gets a new Woody. I don't know where my Woody is.
Yep.
I lost him.
Yeah.
Mommy, can I have this? She sees it in a toy store or whatever.
Yeah.
Mom, do you remember Woody? I want a new Woody.
Mm-hmm.
And then the idea of like Andy, God, I keep doing that, of Woody realizing like, oh, she missed me and wanted a new one of me.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
And that Woody's the bad guy.
And that Woody is the bad guy.
Because Woodies are assholes by nature.
Correct. And
they haven't had life experience like ours has.
Yeah.
And so they're just unbridled pieces of shit.
Exactly. And you get all the reversals. You can call back to the first film. You are a sad, strange little man. You
Dustin.
are a toy.
Oh,
all
Dustin,
the
this
things.
is good. I like this.
But it's Woody. And so you have evil Woody. So you think about that first film. Do you remember in the
and that's
setup?
why Andy wants Woody back.
That's why Andy wants Woody, because Woody is now a hot commodity.
Mm-hmm.
I want my original Woody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want my son to have the real Woody.
Sells him.
Yeah, that's right.
Original.
That's right. Yes. Sells him to Al. It's all full circle. He finally gets Woody. But yeah, that's the idea. And you have, so in the original Toy Story, the original version that they tested, Woody was really a jerk.
Yes.
And they did not like this. It didn't test well.
Right.
Because Woody was awful.
He's supposed to be the protagonist.
This antagonist of the 6th movie is the original version of Woody.
Draft 1 Woody.
Draft 1 Woody.
Yeah.
This is Draft 1 Woody. And he's like, he comes in to Bonnie's room and immediately is like, I'm the sheriff.
I'm
and
in
everyone's
charge.
like, whoa, no. No, we have a pecking order here.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. And he's like, nope.
He's like, fuck you, shut up. I'm
yeah,
Woody,
exactly.
bitch.
I'm the sheriff here, whatever. And he has like new new features and stuff. And
yeah. What new features would Woody have at this point?
Oh, dude. I don't know. Tons. He could have like
a lasso.
He could have like a revolver that actually shoots. Like Woody's holster is empty, but that Woody wouldn't have an empty holster.
It has a fucking gun now.
Has a gun.
Yeah.
Would they sell a toy like that in 2029? Who cares? But like, that's the story. They reboot Woody's Roundup. It becomes a big hit. He's got
handcuffs.
He's got handcuffs. Yes. Yep. But that also means there's a rebooted Jessie and there's a rebooted everyone.
But Bonnie wouldn't buy those.
Yeah, she doesn't need them.
Right.
She just wants Woody. She sees.
But there's a new Stinky Pete.
There's a new Stinky Pete. Yeah.
Maybe she buys a Stinky Pete.
She might.
And they turn him. They say, Pete, you got to help us.
Yeah.
You know?
And he's a good guy.
Stinky Pete's a good guy.
Maybe.
Get Kelsey Grammer back.
Kelsey Grammer. But that's what you do. It's Woody's Roundup. Is like, whether it's a new show or a new movie or whatever, but it's a new thing, a new iteration of Woody's Roundup.
Yeah.
And they're selling toys. Bonnie spots it, wants one to replace her Woody.
Yep.
Our Woody realizes, holy crap, I messed up. She still wanted me.
Yeah.
And she
he
went
goes
out
over to visit one day. And it's like, hey guys, and they're all like, "Fucking no.
Yeah, he's here." And like they're all like, you know, like hiding, and you just see like the evil Woody's like boots under the clunk, from under the bed. Yeah. And then he just like, hello.
Oh yeah. Oh, they have like a high noon like stand like whoa.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
The end gets to be a Western. It gets to where we go full Western. Oh, dude. I'm loving this.
This is so good. If they don't do this, I'm going to fucking jump off a bridge.
This is it. This is the one.
Oh.
I knew we'd get there by the end of the show. We would
we
get
always
there.
Do.
We always do. Thanks for bearing with us, everyone. We got there. That's the story.
Oh, I love that.
That's Toy Story 6.
All right. Anything short of that, unless like they do something new and it's good.
Yeah, right.
You know, but like if it's bad, the first thing I'm going to say is, what the fuck? Why didn't they?
They should have just made ours.
I wonder if I can just submit this show to Pixar anonymously and just be like, please just consider it.
Look where we ended up.
Yeah.
Please. We will do it for a fraction of what you paid Andrew Stanton and McKenna Harris.
Yeah.
And they can still direct it. Who cares? But let us write it. That's it. That's the story.
I don't know if they have like a story pitch email, but they probably have like a inquiries.
Sure.
I'll just send it there. Like
that's right.
You probably get this a lot, but we have an idea for Toy Story 6.
Send this to everyone on the cast you can think of.
Just listen to it on 2x speed, and
that's right.
You know,
eventually we get to somewhere that everyone will like. We get the standoff. We get new Woody versus old Woody.
Yeah. I'm already envisioning cutting this episode for YouTube.
Yeah.
And then doing another cut that's only us writing this movie.
Yeah, right.
And sending that to Pixar.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I'll cut out the cancer storyline.
Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, that makes me excited. Here's the thing, Dustin. The dopamine I just got from us writing this film, because I'll just call it that. That will tide me over if the 6th movie is no good.
Yeah. Yep.
So we've done ourselves, if no one else, a service. So
yep.
My headcanon will be.
We can now picture the superior version of the film.
Evil Woody's such a good idea.
Evil Woody. That's it. I don't know why it took me so long to think of it, but
No,
that was
that's
it.
perfect. Yeah, you're right. Because that's what of all the toys, it's like the only one we've really seen only one of is Woody.
Yeah,
and it's like there had to be others. Yeah, maybe there's others, but yeah, if they reboot it,
and you get to have commentary on like Hollywood reboot culture.
Yeah,
and like what that does. You can even like Pixar can even like toy with the idea of like what Lightyear ended up being. You know what I mean? Like it can be a self-commentary on like
one of the characters can be watching it like in the background and be like, oh, this fucking sucks.
Who voices this new Woody? And it's Chris Evans.
That would be funny as shit if it was Chris Evans.
That would be so funny if Chris Evans played both.
But it probably has to be Tom Hanks.
It'd have to be Tom Hanks, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd have
but
to
you'd
be
have
Tom
to give
Hanks.
him a different like edge.
Slightly different, like just a meaner tone, yeah.
But like not just like, you know, but not like the bombastic loud way. Like he should be more understated, like old Tom Hanks. He should be like, you know, heavier aged, less happy.
Yes. 100%.
Control freak, all Woody's bad impulses that he's tried to grow past.
Well, and Woody has grown.
Yeah.
In every film. This new Woody has none of that.
Right. And only when confronted with the man he used to be would he be pushed to be better.
Correct.
That's the only thing that's going to motivate Woody to grow is Jesus Christ. Like,
yeah.
And that would convince Bo Peep. There'd be a scene with Bo Peep thinking that was Woody.
Yeah.
And then he does something shitty, like hits her. I don't know, something like just, you know what I mean? Like just something where she's like, you know, and then we don't have to do a whole like, you know, six scenes where like there's a mistaken identity, but just like, like surprised, horrified, and understands that what she loves about Woody is his loyalty to his kid.
Right.
You know, and that's what's missing in their relationship is Woody having a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. And that should be Woody's like central thing is like, you should almost start the film. You remember again, I keep going back to 2 because I just have seen it so recently. Yeah. But like in 2 where Woody has the nightmare, bye Woody.
Yeah.
Like that, like we have precedent for Woody's like internal dreams.
Yeah.
So there should be a moment where Woody has one of those dreams that wakes him up at the start of the film where it's like you have no purpose kind of a dream. What are you doing? And like that's the whole driving force of him is like I don't have a purpose doing what I'm doing. Like sure, some toys are being helped, but not really because they're not going to kids.
Right. That's the thing.
What
it has
are they
to be
doing?
For what? Like I'm doing a good thing, but for what? You
I'm
know?
saving them, but for what to
for
then
whose
happen?
Benefit? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
It should almost be like all of the toys he's found over the years, he finds them in a landfill or something and is like, yeah, you saved me, but then you left and I didn't have anybody looking out for me when you left.
Right.
And like, you know, here we all are. We're all broken and like we never had a kid. And he's like, yeah, I didn't give you to a kid. I saved you from being stuck in a tree, but I didn't give you to a kid.
Yeah. I didn't give you a purpose.
Yeah.
And I didn't give myself a purpose.
And I didn't give Bo Peep a purpose.
Yeah.
And now I have one, which is I've got to stop this evil Woody. And
it's almost like this. There's like a Pepper Potts angle to Annie Potts, to Bo Peep, where like, you know, you've written it to where like your male love interest has kind of put away who he is to pursue a relationship with you. And the way to correct that is you have to then later say, I realize that you have unique gifts and unique character. You have a unique, you know, reason for being that drives you. That is the reason I fell in love with you in the first place. Your loyalty, your brilliance, your persistence, and these are, you know, and I'm now realizing that that is what's missing for you, and I want you to have that. Yeah. But you know, I want to join you in that. Like I'm ready. That's how you get Bo Peep there. Yeah, I think.
Yes, I agree with you. I think that Bo also needs to learn a lesson. Bo, to me, feels like And again, I've only seen 4 once. So as much as it broke Woody, it also broke Bo. And I think the point was that Bo is a very different character in 4 than she was. The point is there's no redemption or there's no like change in Bo. She is the same at the beginning and the end of that film, as far as my memory serves. And it feels like there also needs to be some change for Bo Peep.
Yeah.
Because like part of what's so great about, I forget, this must be the ending of 2, where like it's Christmas. Is that right? And like you see on the bed, there's like Woody and Bo and Jesse and Buzz sitting together. And it's kind of like a cool, like, yeah, these are our main, and like, I want that shot again.
Yeah.
But now with all of this behind them.
Right.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It just feels to me like that's the way to go. And again, it ties in perfectly with Andy wanting his Woody back and wanting to give that to his kid. And like, it would even be great if Andy was the one that dispatched the evil Woody. Like, evil Woody is like, no, people love me, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows what it is, but like, he's on the ground, it's evil Woody, and Andy picks him up and goes, this isn't Woody.
Yeah.
And like, nah. And then like the real Woody's underneath, like rack focus on the real Woody.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is the one.
That's him.
And like, you know, this is him. And, you know, that the evil Woody is now like tossed aside by Andy himself.
Yeah.
Would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Or rejected by Andy's son.
No, I like Andy rejecting him.
Yeah, I do too.
You know, I like Andy, like the show is out and Andy sees an opportunity to give his son a toy, but he's adamant that I don't want to give him one of these new Woodies. I had one of these.
Yeah.
And how special would it be to give him that?
Yeah. The whole time Woody is being mistaken for the evil Woody.
Mm-hmm.
Our Woody now has the opportunity to be reunited with Andy, but he fears that the new Woody gets there first.
Yeah.
And he's going to take the new Woody. He's not going to find me because he's got Woody. Like everyone thinks I'm that Woody, that we've been interchangeable this whole time.
Yeah.
And now the new Woody is going to have Andy, only to have Andy toss him over his shoulder. That's not Woody.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the ultimate comeuppance for that Woody and the ultimate like vindication for Woody to be like, no, my kid knows who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. It's a lot of themes that are a little disjointed, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's the dream Toy Story 6 at this point.
Well, our retainer is competitive and we'll be in touch.
That's right.
Okay.
Mr. Stanton, if you have questions, just reach out to us directly.
Yes.
And
Ubercast@gmail.com.
That's right. We'd be happy to chat with you.
Yes.
About what the fans really want.
Yep.
Or at least what these two fans want.
Yeah.
And there's a chance that let's just live in the 1/100th% chance that this actually happens and we write Toy Story 6.
This launches our careers.
Let's just live in that for a second.
Yeah.
And imagine the us going like, yeah, we made the best Toy Story movie. This is great. We watch it in theaters. We love it. And we come out, Rotten Tomatoes score 26.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, crap. Oh, everyone hated it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It's the worst one.
I would even accept like a basic treatment by Pixar if they replied to my email with, here you go.
Yeah.
And I read it and was like, that's good. I'd probably frame it.
All I need is like Tom or Tim to be like, yeah, it's good.
A step further, like they're not doing that, but I wish they were because this is better.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, okay.
Yeah. Yep. Keep up the good work, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Allen.
Always
I appreciate that.
All right, Dustin. Well, if you're listening to this show and you ever doubted that we fucking know what we're talking about,
there you go. If you listened through this episode and you also didn't get a huge nostalgic hit of dopamine when the words evil Woody came out of my mouth, you are listening to the wrong program.
Yeah. But if you like what we're putting down, you too should lobby Pixar.
That's right.
To have
Let's
this
create
plot.
a hashtag. Hashtag Evil Woody.
Hashtag Evil Woody.
Hashtag Evil Woody.
Perfect.
That's it.
Okay. All right.
That'll be trending.
Yes.
In about 82 years. Someone will find this episode and it'll go
Sure.
big. Oh, that's what they should have done.
Yeah.
We're on Toy Story 26 now.
Too late.
Oh, well.
That's it, everybody.
That's it.
Hashtag Evil Woody.
Hashtag Evil Woody.
Fuck you. Shut up. I'm Woody, bitch.